Hello YouTube, and welcome to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I'm Alice Seraphin, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, ta-da, in the US. So this video is on the March 2020 paper pumpkin. This is an alternative card. I want to show it to you. Ta-da! Okay, now yes, I used this element from the paper pumpkin. This whole piece here is from paper pumpkin. And then all of this, and this from paper pumpkin. And I backed it on Pale Papaya, Evening Evergreen, and look at the inside and the envelope. So let's get to creating this card. And this is something that if you didn't throw away what I call your free stencil sheet, which is this, what you can do. Now this, you see I've got some stuff there, but that's all right. We'll turn it over. This is a card, half of a card base, because I cut up my elements. I'm going to give this a quick little trim. We'll be trimming it again, but I just want this part from the fold of the card off. That was bugging me. So let's get started. And we're using this little element for our sentiments. I have everything else cut here, and I'm going to show you how I did this. This is a fresh one. I haven't used this one yet, so it will be used now. Well, we don't need that sheet for the moment. Trying to get this lined up. I'm trying to use the grid here. Needs to be up higher. We're going to be cutting it down, so about right there, because I want room for. So I brought this off like so. Okay, and if you line this up on grid paper or whatever you have, and we are going to stop again. I love this. Okay, the first one is Misty Moonlight. Nice and dark at those tips. Holding it in place, moving around. You could use a blending brush, but I don't want to, even though I have them. Then I brought in again, so let's get it back on my grid line so I can get it straight right there. I'm just extending this mountain range here. Oh, no, I didn't. I flipped it. That's what I did. Forgot about that. Yes, I flipped this one. Flipped it over. So there we have it. Now we're going on the back side using it. I'm gonna... You can tell I really need to eat my ink pad. Don't need to daub off anymore. Here we go. Continue along. Okay, our mountain range is done for the blue. Next, we are starting with the green, and we're going to place it. See this peak here? We are going to place that little peak right in there, kind of peekabooing in between the two. And we got this off. You do need to make sure this is straight. All right. That's where that's going to be. And we're swapping colors now for Evening Evergreen. As I get it on my hands. My Evening Evergreen needs to be inked up real good. And I want this good and dark. Here we go. All the way across. You want that nice and dark in there. So I don't mind doing it full strength right on it. All right. Need a little bit more here down at the bottom. Lift it up. There we have that. So getting it back on a line. I'm just bringing it. Let's see, that one is here. Let's swap it. Turn it upside down. We don't want those lined up on top of each other. We want it just offset a bit right there. I'm really inking up my ink dauber right now. Okay, so see that? And yes, you do get a little bit in there, but it's gonna be okay. So this one, we have to swap it. Rub off some of the ink from the other side. Have to swap it again. And I'm just gonna bring this one, just keeping the very tip of this mountain in here. There we go. And you could notice I am not using any tape or anything. I'm just holding it down with my hands. And it's not that hard to do. That's why I'm going straight up and down. Pounce, 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 pounce. Like Tigger. There we go. So there's our mountain range. Next, I took Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to kind of make me some water. And how I did this is I just brushed some streaks here, leaving me room to bring in other colors. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to go this way because I'm going to be bringing in, this is all done with sponge daubers, okay? So Misty Moonlight's pretty well done. My next color I brought in was Pale Papaya. And kind of went in and just brushed it in these little open spots. And each card that you do like this will be different, of course. And then I'm going to bring in some Old Olive on top of this. And I'm lightly, and I'm just going straight across. Getting some along there. And yes, I'm going to need the bumblebee here in a minute. So our next color is Old Olive, which I did not, for some reason, open up before this video, but we have it now. And you get a rag and wipe off the excess green. So Old Olive it is. Pounce off a bit. And I'm bringing this in, kind of smearing it. This one I'm brushing back and forth. Going over the Pale Papaya and the Misty Moonlight, filling in. I will be bringing the Misty Moonlight back in. So here I'm lightly rubbing back and forth. I want this muddled looky, you know, pond image, mountain lake looking. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back the Misty Moonlight. Make sure that is, yes. And dab it off. And I'm going to go over it. And then bring back my Old Olive and do it again. Because I can see that I've got some circles that need to go away. So I'm adding a little bit more. here. I need to drag that down, but it will all blend in. Okay, so there is my lake. Next, we're going to do the top with Misty Moonlight. So here we go. Not re-inking this up quite yet. Bringing it down lightly, just rubbing it across my paper. Now I'm going to add a little bit more to the top area. This is where my bumblebee comes in, and this is where we use this again, our stencil. All right, so to create the light, sunset or sunrise above my mountain range, I started wherever I could figure out. See this? Ta-da! I have to turn it upside down. How did I? Yes, like this. Okay. I think I want it. I would like one that didn't have green on it, but okay. Let's start right here. See this? I'm just lining that up as best I can. Now, grabbing some bumblebee, and I'm lightly, and I bring it up. Okay, so now I'm moving my stencil to where, let's see, this one here. I'm just using the lines of the mountain range. Let's see. This one can go like so. And here's another one. And here's another peak. We're just adding our bumblebee in here. Pounce, pounce, straight up and down. And this one. You're not making a mountain range here. We're just adding some color, and we're going to lighten it up as we go forward. This one is a little tricky, but all I did was line up like so. And this one, we're going to turn it and just add some of that there. And then I brought this up and brought this color up into the sky, kind of lighter. And we still have this side to do, which we got to turn it. And like I said, this was part of a card base that I had cut off for the frame cards that I did. And this one's almost perfectly where it needs to be. And bringing that up. Now I'm going to bring back my Misty Moonlight. You know what? I could put some Cameo Coral in there. Let's see what is on our ink dauber. Yeah, we're gonna kind of bring this in. I didn't do this on the other one, but I am here gonna bring that down kind of. Oh, that is cool. Okay, now Misty Moonlight again. And this is to rub, blending those colors together. Okay, there. we have that part of it done. Now we're going to work here at the bottom. And the colors I used for the bottom were Evening Evergreen and Cinnamon Cider, because it needed something to, I forgot the word I wanted. It needed something to, I don't want to say weigh it down. It needed something to, I can't think of the word right now I want to use. Anyways, it needed something down here. It needed something to even it out at the bottom. So I like the idea of using the Cinnamon Cider for these here. And you know what I'm just realizing? Is that, yeah, I don't know, that's Cinnamon Cider. I'm like, is that Cameo Coral in here I'm using? Like, no. Okay. So, Cinnamon Cider Evening Evergreen. And I use this. Oops. There we go. Now I brought it down here. I don't want to get that in here. Then I flipped it over because I want them going a different direction. And brought that in. You know, and this really is not that difficult to do. Do not be afraid to try this at all. It's a great way to keep using the elements from your paper pumpkin kit. Get more life out of it. And then here at the bottom, bringing in see? And we're going to do another one going this way, kind of like so, bringing it over a little more like there, with just Cinnamon Cider, lighter this time, not as dark as the last one, because we're going to go back over with some of the bottom of this stencil and get some greenery in there. So now this one I had high up, like so. We're going to flip it. So it be like it's very close into our view. And really ink up your ink pad. Ink pad, your ink dauber. Don't be afraid to put some color on here. Okay, next is our Evening Evergreen. Okay, so there you have it. Now I'm going to show you how I brought this back in. I wanted some more leaf detail in here, grass detail. So I brought that in. And then I moved this one like so and brought some more in there. So hopefully you can see this. Let me bring the camera down so you can really see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm adding more of this foliage from this right here. These two, we're going to make these go this way just simply by flipping it over. Evening Evergreen. Now you're going to see it's going to give me something there, so that's when I brought in this part of it. And you can get this one going up higher. There you have it. And we're going to keep working this. Now this one is missing its little stem. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of the Cinnamon Cider and pounce it in there. And then work on my leafing detail, which let's see. We're going to make this one come this way using the edge of my sponge dauber. There, and probably a little poke out of one there. And here we have, these are way down there and there's nothing picking up with those. So we can flip this over and use, no, we can't. I don't like that. So let's just pretend we're going to bring in just a little bit there, and this one here. There we have it. And this one, just to bring in a little bit more detail. Is this the way it went? No. So we are gonna crisscross. Just come with me here. I'm going to add a little bit darker in here, and this one right there. And there we have our image of what we're doing. So we're not done with this because we still have our envelope in the inside of the card. But let's get this card, putting my daubers up and my inks away so I don't get them all muddled together. So we are going to cut this card base down now. And it needs to cut down to 3. I'm not sure which side we're going to cut down. I know we needed, from the top of the card, we need to cut it to 3 3/4, which seems like quite a bit. So I'm going to cut there, and now I'm turning it because I need just 1/8 of an inch off of the bottom to make it even at 3 3/4 to fit on what we have. And then I need it to come to 5, so I'm gonna take 1/4 of an inch off this side and 1/4 of an inch off this side. But now I'm gonna bring it all the way up to the top, and now it is ready. And these we no longer need, but I wanted to have that little bit extra on there. Our sentiment now is going to be sending you birthday wishes, and we are going to do this one in Evening Evergreen. So let's see. That will work for us. And then we are going to brush it. Well, let's try one more time. Nope, we're leaving it as because the other side. So now, without inking up our sponge dauber, because it has plenty of ink on it, we are going to sponge the sides. And you know what I'm going to do next. Let's get off quite a bit of that ink. Lightly brush over it, so it's not so stark white. And we are going to put this onto, this is 5 1/4 by 4. That's why we had to cut this one down. We're going to glue this straight down. And put this on our piece. You could have made it smaller if you wished to, but I liked it like this. And I have roughly about 6 inches of ribbon that we are going to add to the bottom of this card. Roughly about 3/4 of an inch in. And I already have my handy dandy Scotch tape on the side of my desk waiting to be used. There we have it. Sending you birthday wishes. We are going to set right here, And I'm going to run a bead of glue down the 3 lengths of it. And that is going to be what's going to secure this ribbon down. And I'm going to give it hold it down there for a minute. There we have it. Sending you birthday wishes. Now it's going to go on a card base of white, which has a 1/4 sheet or 5.5 by 4 1/4 of Evening Evergreen. I'm making sure it's going. Well, I guess this piece doesn't matter, but I have so many times put a card on with the opening going the wrong way. There we have it. And I still have pieces for my paper pumpkin kit left over, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So there is our card. This is our envelope, and we are going to make this match our card by stenciling this quickly on it. Not re-inking them up, I'm just pouncing them. Evening Evergreen looks like it needs a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to flip the envelope over. Look how pretty that is. And just do the tips in the cinnamon cider. Now we're going to open our card up. And I've got something to show you, a little sneak peek from the new catalog that we're going to add to this card. So, cinnamon cider first. Evening Evergreen. And we're going to do it again. Down here, we can do Evening Evergreen first, then cinnamon cider. And then in Evening Evergreen, this is my little sneak peek. Gonna take those off at a stamp set that is in the new catalog. Let's see if you guys can see this. It's called Limited Edition. Can you see them all? I'll show you a couple cards I made with them. This is Art Gallery. This is Retired. Handcrafted from the Heart. I simply put that in my guillotine and cut it out. This is using Stitch So Sweetly. These images here are from Art Gallery, and I loved that. Those are simple and sweet cards. And this one, we are going to stamp Made with Love on the back of these cards. Not just on the back, but on the back of our envelope. I haven't stamped this one yet. Yes. Made with Love right on top of that, like so. And then on the very back of our card, I'm going to open it up right here in the corner. Such a cute little extra detail. There's one. Let me wipe off my glass mat here. Don't need all that going on the back of my envelopes or cards. There's that one. On the original, this one added the little bit of Calypso Coral. This one doesn't have it, but I want to add this Made with Love in the corner. And then on my envelope, on the back of my card. And what a great little card that is. So, there's this one showing you the Made with Love on the back. This one's sending you birthday wishes. and our envelope. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed my videos for the paper pumpkin and think they're different, please give me a thumbs up, share my video, help me grow this channel, as I so enjoy sharing my love of paper crafting with you and my love of Stampin' Up! Products. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment. I would love your feedback. And happy crafting, YouTube. Bye-bye now.